Hello there. Hey, how's it going? Going good? All right. So, I wanted to come and talk to you about a concept, an idea, and even a technique that was actually taught to me by a good friend of mine. Her name is Jasmine, and she taught me about this technique, and it is called savor. Savor, the savor technique. And she taught me how to savor my days, and I've been savoring my mornings. Now, savor is an acronym, and the acronym goes SAVER. Now, I'll break it down. So the S, we start with the S, right? And just a precursor, this is a technique that is going to help you in what I believe, every facet, every area of your life. In every form and fashion, you will be elevated, you will be uplifted, you will be able to uproot the problems in your life by eliminating the things that don't serve you and adding more things that do serve you. Getting down to the nitty-gritty, the essentials, getting back to the source, the things that actually put more into your life, the things that give back to you instead of taking away. So, after you learn this technique and once you apply it, because knowledge isn't power, right? Applied knowledge is power. When we take ideas and we actually implement them, that is when we become powerful. So this is a powerful technique called the savor technique, and we'll get right into it. So the S, what does the S stand for? The S stands for silence. Silence. Now, every day, I personally take time to appreciate silence. I wake up every morning at 4:30 and I meditate, right? So while everybody else is sleeping, I wake up every morning and I meditate. I start my day off in meditation. Now, this doesn't have to be meditation. You don't have to sit in the lotus sit. You don't have to, do all sorts of esoteric things or, metaphysical things. You can simply, sit in contemplation. You can, just have that introspection about yourself. You can sit in silence, or you could just be silent. We talk a lot during the day, and that takes up a lot of energy. It's a lot of energy. We're writing checks every day in our energy checkbook. Everything we do takes energy. Even the act just now of me doing this little motion, that took energy to do that. It might have been a little tiny amount of energy, but it still took energy. So every little thing that we do each day takes energy. And if we begin our mornings in silence, we're giving ourselves back, I believe, energy. One of the hardest things for us to do is to sit absolutely still. So by developing this form of discipline, it can serve you in all areas of your life. It bleeds into a lot of different areas. So S is for silence. Take time to appreciate the silence. Take time to smell the roses, right? Now, the A stands for affirmation. Affirmation. Now, this doesn't have to be a written affirmation. It can be. You could write down affirmations, different words, different sayings. You could speak affirmations, verbal affirmations, or, just any other type of affirmation. You can listen to affirmations. So affirmations, spend some time speaking what you want or writing what you want. I believe that a life, when you design the life you want on paper, you will achieve it on purpose. Design it on paper, achieve it on purpose. So affirmation. The next one is the V, visualization. So in my personal walk, I have been visualizing. I've been on my laptop. I've been visualizing things such as the homes I want to live in, the places I want to go to, the boats I want to ride, the seas I want to traverse, the flights I want to take to travel to different countries, the cars that I want to drive. Visualize, get on your computer or print out pictures or have a vision board, whatever it is, or in your mind. It doesn't have to be physical. You can visualize these things, the life that you want. Visualize, because if you could have a goal in your mind of where you want to go, if you have it in your mind of where you want to go, and you visualize it and you see it, and it's concrete in your mind, you can see it, I believe that we will get there that much faster. When we don't know where we're going, when we don't have a roadmap, which is that visualization, when we can't even see where we're going, where we want to go, and we're just aimlessly wandering around, right? So we get there faster when we can see our destination, when we can look and we see the mountain in the distance. We know that we're headed in the right direction, right? The surest way to reach Mount Olympus is to make sure that each step we take is in the direction of Mount Olympus. That's the surest way, and we'll surely get there. We may get there eventually. We may not get there today or tomorrow, but we will get there as long as we're headed in that direction. So visualization. Now, the E stands for exercise, right? So whether it be shadow boxing, which I love doing, whether it be martial arts, push-ups, sit-ups, whatever form of exercise you like doing, yoga, stretching, some form of exercise. Get up, get moving, go to your local gym or have your gym at your home. Do some fitness workouts. Go outside, walk, jog, run, take a short session outside, break a sweat. Take your dog if you have pets. Matthew McConaughey, I believe, was in an interview and he said that I break a sweat every day. Every day he breaks a sweat. That was his practice. That is his practice. So break a sweat every day. Exercise. That's the E in savor. So what do we have? We have silence, that's the S. We have A, that's affirmation. We have V, that's the visualization. We have the E, that's exercise. And one more is the R, and that is read. Read. Now, this is going to really enrich you. This is going to really start to give back to you if you start doing this every day. The average American, they say, and I'm in America, I live in America. Don't know where you're watching this right now, but the average person in America, they say, reads about like 1 to 2 books per year, if even, so if you read something every day, even for 20 minutes, it doesn't have to be long. If you read something, you have no idea the compounding effect that will start to take place in your life. Things will start to come out of you that you had no idea was in there, that was stored. Because the mind, I read this in a book by Ben Carson, I believe, the neurosurgeon, that we actually, it's the storing. It's not the storing of information that's the problem. It's the finding information, the assimilating, the going through the files, the database of our mind and picking out the file and say, oh, okay, this is what I needed at that moment. But our mind stores so many things. Our mind, our brain has the capacity to store knowledge from the beginning of man, from all the way, the first day we existed, from the first time. It has the ability to store the history from the beginning of man till the present day, till right now. Whenever you're watching this, you have the capacity in your mind, one brain, to store as much information as the beginning of man till right now, and get this, and still have room left over. That's one brain. One brain has that capacity. So when they say we only use a certain percentage, they're actually telling the truth, So don't think that there is too much that you can read, that there's too much that you'll have an information overload. There is such thing as, you can get burned out, but you don't have to. It's all about your mindset. It's about your mindset. J.F. Kennedy was one of the fastest readers in history. J.F. Kennedy. John F. Kennedy they said he was able to get through like 6 newspapers with 1 cup of coffee. I heard this. 1 cup of coffee, he could get through 6 newspapers. So, you know what I mean? Just imagine the possibilities, the capabilities of the human mind. So, understanding that reading is the last piece of the puzzle to savor your day. Spend some time reading, whether it be a autobiography, to get inspiration from history in the past, from people who have done things, to know the road ahead, ask those coming back, right? Mentors don't have to be actual people. They can actually be people who have gone and died, people who've left. So, yes, Yes, read. Take time to read. Or just read something for educational purposes or inspirational purposes or motivational purposes. Whatever you read, whether it be in a book, a PDF, an article, or, whatever form that you read in, just read. And this is the key. This is the thing that stopped me for so many years, so long. I used to want to learn, and I might even do a separate video on this, but I'll just tell you. I used to be hung up on myself. I used to procrastinate when it came to reading. I used to just not read. I used to buy books, but I wouldn't read them. I would buy an abundance of books, but I wouldn't take time to read them. And you know why? Fear. Fear would stop me and would hold me back from reading these books that I bought because, everything stems from either love or fear, right? Fear and love, everything comes from that. But I was afraid, and it was like, what was I afraid of? I was afraid that I wouldn't be able to get through all my books fast enough. I had so many books on the shelf, and I wanted to read them fast. So what did I do? I signed up for speed reading classes. I signed up for different classes to learn how to read faster and learn how to comprehend things better. And I even read books on speed reading. Like, listen to how backwards this is, right? When I was missing the whole point of reading in the first place. The whole point of reading was to read. Nobody said you need to read fast. Nobody said you need to read, this way or that way, that you need to read, nobody said that. No. It's just read. Just read. I didn't say read fast. I didn't say read slow. I didn't say read smart. I didn't say read dumb. I didn't say anything. All I said was read. That's it. So I was missing the whole point. So don't get caught up in the little details. Don't get caught up in it. Stay simple. Keep it simple. Silence, affirmation, visualization, exercise, read. Savor your day, savor your morning, savor your life. I pray that you received a message from this today. And if you like this message and you enjoy inspirational messages like this that allow you to think a little bit differently about the way that we conduct our lives, make sure to visit the podcast, and that is The Open Palm. You can find that on Anchor. You can find that on Spotify. You can find that on iTunes and Apple Podcast, floating around those platforms. And that, once again, is called The Open Palm. And definitely check that out. Be inspired. Pay it forward today. Send this message to somebody if you feel that it deserves it. Drop a like or a heart. Give it a good rating on whatever platform that you are choosing to listen to it, and that is much appreciated. I pray that you have a blessed and wonderful day or night wherever you are. Take care.